SpaceCoastDaily.com. We're here with Jim Barfield after an exciting night here on election night, to say the least. Pretty dramatic win for you, pulling off the win against Michael Hartman in a very competitive District 2 commissioner race. All these months are finally over, the weeks of hard work, knocking on doors. How does it feel to come out victorious tonight?
That feels real good. This was the difficult part, was the primary. Now we have to reset and continue, you know, and I like to say this, my opponents were all above board. I really have a lot of respect for them, and we're good opponents. We all kind of got along, but still we disagreed, and we respected each other, and I really appreciate that.
And speaking of opponents, you now move on to a general election where there's kind of an interesting dynamic in that you won't be facing a traditional partisan foe in a Democrat. You're facing an independent who is a former Republican, and Jack Smink. Does that bring a unique challenge that's just a whole different type of strategy than usual for a campaign? I know you're new to politics, but does that kind of a unique challenge going against an independent?
I guess so. I mean, the reality is you just have to take it, start all over again, and reset, and you have to look at it as real competition, and you have to look at all the angles, and you have to go after it, and you prepare, you plan, and you go through it, and just keep working it. What
parts of your overall message do you think resonated the most as you went door to door and talked with these voters?
I think a lot of it had to do with the Indian River Lagoon. That had a lot to do with it, but also my ideas on budget and how we need to look and going towards the future and planning for the future, and I think that had a lot to do with it.
You mentioned you have a vision of a 2-year outlook?
Creating a 2-year budget, having a 5-year plan like I do in business, a 5-year plan that's tied to not just the capital improvement plan, but also tied to the operational costs and the administrative costs. Put all that in, and you plan, overlay, and plan it for 5 years. Then you have a 2-year budget where you're always looking ahead. What that does is keep you from being a stovepipe where you're looking at now. It helps you to allocate for the future, and it's visible to the public.
And also tonight, in another District 4, Curtis Smith pulled off the win there. Obviously, you two have been to a lot of the same forums and GOP get-togethers, picnics, and all kinds of political events across the county. Have you had a chance to talk with Kurt? Do you know much about him?
I've been pretty busy, yeah. But I know I met him, and he's a businessman, and that's important. We will be talking, I'm sure, soon, but I'd like to get, I think we both need to fill each other out even as we're going along, because it is going to come down to how you can work together on the county commission. And I really believe that if we're all focused on what's best for the county, I don't think we're going to have an issue working together.
Right. And last but not least, what's it been like when your family finally saw the results? And I can't help but think that there was just a sense of accomplishment, but also almost a sigh of relief that all that hard work finally paid off. What was that like to celebrate with your family tonight?
It was like a ton of bricks taken off my shoulders. We really committed a lot to do this, working hard, and you have to get to know the voters, and that's where we really made the difference, I believe, because we were knocking on doors, talking to people all over the parts of this district, and it really made an impact because you get to really feel what they are concerned about, and I can also present face to face what I believe. Sometimes they disagree with me, but at least they know where I stand and what I believe.
Well, we know it's been an incredible past few months. I can't imagine you've gotten much sleep, and I'm sure you're looking forward to finally getting to get some sleep in tonight. I know you've got to hit the ground running, though, for the general, so we appreciate you taking the time to speak with us, and hope to see you on the campaign trail again. Thanks a lot. Thanks. Yep.